In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
A show called Hate, a podcast in which we explore love, hate, and everything in between in search of greater meaning and perhaps a little perspective. I'm John.
I'm back, bitches! I'm Nick.
I don't know a Nick, and I'm Chris.
I did know Nick, but now he's dead to me.
I'm back, and you love it!
There's a certain energy in the room.
It's right now.
Right.
That's what you're trying to say. Not ripe.
Ripe energy.
The air is quite right.
This energy is ripe for plucking.
That's not what I wanted to be my legacy.
Certainly
a certain ripeness that was missing from the podcast.
If it's not right now, I mean, after all those turkey nugs we just said.
Oh.
We went nug crazy.
And how?
Should we give a little nug update?
Yeah. As you said,
excuse me.
Oh dear.
That's a nug right there.
Please leave that.
Oh look, it's on the floor.
There's a nug back in the room, yeah. As you said in the last episode, I believe, which I listened to as research, just up to speed, it said it's becoming a bit of a tradition.
Yes.
And we have maintained that tradition.
As I said, it wasn't long before that weekly habit became a 7-daily tradition. For those who are perhaps unfamiliar with the general nug situation, by coincidence, when we recorded episode 1, I had experimented by cooking homemade turkey
But it was
nuggets.
just you that time. You were the only one who'd had the nugs that time.
Well, Lucy got some as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, from us three.
Yeah.
Out of the three
What was
of us.
interesting was I made a singular quantity of nuggets, and that was a lot for 2 people. And then next time I made it, I believe 3 people were in on it.
Yeah, I had some of the nugs.
And that was quite like a healthy portion.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then today you were like, "Hey, should we do nugs?" I'm like, "Okay, don't worry, I'll get turkey. What do I need?" I'm like, "Okay, turkey, breadcrumbs. Cool, got it." Like 3 packs of turkey. Like,
Well, I was conscious of the nugs being in my hands. You know, like if I fuck this up, then it's no nugs for anyone. So I was like, I better overcompensate and just clear out Tesco's of turkey. So
I could have eaten more nuggets at a push.
I probably could.
I won't lie.
But I'm comfortably full.
Oh yes,
But I could have eaten 12 more.
it was good. I feel because I feel we've been going like siracha. You know,
Yes, we
sriracha's
have.
like.
I think you may have overdone it on the sriracha, John.
I think I did
got the
actually.
sriracha sweats.
You had the sweats afterwards.
I was a silly boy. My eyes were bigger than my stomach.
Spice eyes.
As it happens, that's actually a fact now. Because of the sriracha.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Your eyes are big.
Oh.
You've got really big
And
eyes.
your stomach's
and your stomach's
small.
tiny because you threw up so
Oh.
much from the sriracha.
That's the joke. It's a good one, isn't it?
It's really
Write that down,
complicated,
John.
and it's a joke that required a lot of explanation,
Yeah.
but it was worth it in the end.
I always think the best jokes are the ones you have to explain.
That's true.
You know, I'm really
After
glad.
a brief period of silence.
See,
laughter.
I'm really glad you're back, Nick, because you can see the.
me and John have
chemistry.
fallen out something chronic.
The thing is, like, to make up for your absence last time, we had to drink nearly 4 bottles of your wine.
Yes, thank you for that.
Yeah, we felt a little.
That got us
closer to
through
you.
it.
Yeah, that's all right.
I do not remember the end of the last podcast.
It did get a little hazy towards the end, but we're back on form now.
Yeah, full foot. I feel it.
And to prove, he said, look, it's like a segue.
Oh.
To prove how on form we are,
Yeah.
let's talk about the format.
The format
Oh,
of
it's a
this
format
show.
now,
yeah.
is there?
So, incredibly, yeah. So what we do is we eat turkey nuggets.
Yeah.
And then we
Yeah.
we waddle upstairs crying. And we sit down to record a show called Hate, which is a podcast in which you, the listener, can
Oh,
send...
not me.
No, not you.
You're pointing at me.
But
But you were talking to them.
Yeah.
I understand.
Oh, so-
Yeah, it's complicated.
So you,
He's done it again.
the listener, can send us your hates and loves
Yeah,
for
please do.
consideration.
Yes.
We will cast our ill-informed judgment on them to decide whether they're truly worthy of the emotion. And we will also bring some of our own hates and loves to the table for discussion. And ultimately, we will try and decide what wins out, love or hate. So if you're on Twitter, be sure to use the hashtags show called love and show called hate. So who wants to get the ball rolling with hate today?
Should we go to Nick as he has returned triumphant?
Pick me! Pick me, sir! No, me! No, me!
I choose you.
Yes!
I meant,
that
Oh,
was me.
damn it!
I meant the listener in that instance.
So, so confusing.
So tell us stories.
Would
from
it help
far off
if
lands.
would it help if we did this in different rooms?
Yeah, maybe so. Different days.
Yeah.
Just to avoid gesticulation confusion. Right, so I went to Japan.
Oh.
I don't know if that was mentioned.
No, it's not come up in the 2
No,
days.
no.
You've been back,
As a slight offshoot, I really hate it when people go, "Oh yeah, when I was in Japan," or whatever. They constantly quote a place that they know everyone else hasn't been to in order to appear superior. That's not what my hate's actually going to be.
No.
But I'm going to be that person that you're all going to hate. Okay, just so you know. And we went to various touristy locations, and one of such places we went to had a place selling ice cream. And bear in mind, right? So you're in another country. You're a Westerner, and you're very conscious of the fact that this language is not anything like your language. So you speaking their language is tough,
Yes.
right? So this woman comes up to this ice cream stand, and I'd just had an ice cream from this man, and he did not speak any English really at all. Just the pigeon words
Very,
that would
very
get him
basic.
through a transaction to sell an ice cream to a Westerner, right?
Like, ooh.
And she goes, yeah. She goes, "Do you have any sorbet?" And
Well,
he
she was an English woman.
She was.
I understand.
Oh.
Yeah, old English woman.
Because if she'd been Japanese, I would have said, gosh, her English is very good.
Yes,
Yeah.
Stella, if you will. She sounds just like an old English lady.
Looks like one as well. Where were you born?
It's incredible.
So
Basingstoke.
this Japanese fella looks back at her and she's like, "I've just got no idea what you're saying." She's, as if to clear it up, she was like, "I can't have dairy, you see. So do you have any sorbet?"
Because clearly in that situation, what you need to do is speak more
Speak
foreign
more
words.
of your stupid language.
I mean, I'll be honest. Until about 3 years ago, I didn't know what a sorbet was.
Really?
And I'm
Did
not
you think
from
it was
Japan.
sorbet?
A sorbet, yeah.
So you'd have been just as confused.
Yeah. I thought it was a betting company.
So like in England, a woman comes up to you on the street and goes, "Do you have any sorbet?" And you're just like, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm that way for most questions, though, because if people come up to me on the street,
You just backhand them.
I don't want to talk to them.
No.
Unless I know them, and barely even then.
Yeah, you're eating into valuable street drinking time.
It's like when people come up to me and say, "Would you like to donate to charity?" No.
The end. No.
So
reason.
anyway, I'm gate crashing.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's
yeah.
your hate. Jesus Christ. Okay, so my hate, to be now more general than that specific circumstance, is when someone goes to usually a vendor of a specific nature and asks for something that they don't have, right? Because they have some entitled sense that just because they've got a special thing, like, "I can't have dairy," that therefore this person who only sells dairy ice cream will facilitate a solution to their problem.
It's all coming out now. So when these people
with allergies.
and intolerances, and they'll die, you know.
Okay, so maybe an intolerance
Okay,
is a
yeah.
bad version of this.
Yeah, okay, break
but
it
it's,
down, come
But
on.
it's like
Backpedal.
it's as simple as I'm gonna dig my way out of this pit now. It's as simple as when someone just like, oh, we'll eat out at a Chinese restaurant. Can I have some onion rings? No, you can't. If you wanted onion rings, go to a fast food place.
Go to Dave's Onion Ring Emporium.
Exactly, which is literally across from the Chinese restaurant you're in.
Yeah, support a local business.
Yeah.
Jake's frying.
Grows those onions himself.
Man and boy.
I have a
Forces them
question.
out. Yeah, hit me.
If I was dairy intolerant,
Yeah.
which I might be for all I know.
I'd be intolerant of you. Yeah, that's the answer.
Yeah,
to that
exactly.
question. Yeah.
He's so arrogant now.
He'd reach across and punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Right now.
What would be the worst thing that would happen to me?
Well,
Oh, what, if you had an ice cream?
Say if she had had an ice cream, what would have happened to her?
you'd probably feel quite sick, I'd
Yeah, I
imagine,
think she gets.
But she'd have been okay.
Sick and stomach cramp.
Well,
She wouldn't die.
She wouldn't die.
She wouldn't
Oh,
die.
suck it up. Have the ice cream.
This is the point though. You make a good point because it's like, what do you want, right? Because like you go to this place, and they don't have what you need. But what do you want? You know, are you willing to have an ice cream and put up with the cramps, or do you go, that place sells ice creams and I can't eat those, so I'll go, I don't know, somewhere else and have a different treat that I know I can eat, instead of expecting someone who sells one thing to facilitate you with a different one.
Well, how do you feel then, Lex? You know, let's just get you off your vendetta against people with.
I really
food.
hate
I'm
lactose
just saying,
intolerance.
I'm
lactose intolerant.
You go to a restaurant. It's a relatively fancy restaurant.
Yeah.
You washed your face before going out.
Oh,
you know.
did you? What restaurant was that?
Put the good trousers on.
Yeah.
And you sit down and you look at the menu.
They look at you.
And you look at the menu.
He's washed his face. Look at him.
Look at the menu and you go, ooh, this all looks delightful. Put the menu on the side and go, but what I want is an omelette.
Yeah. Yes, this is it.
Just look him in the eyes.
Yeah, eyeball them and expect something that's not on the menu.
Because
Because you can go anywhere for an omelette, like home, for example.
But what? Hell of a comeback. If you'd be the waiter, I'd be like, Well, I came for an omelette, but I'm feasted on this rich wordplay, so I am satisfied, sir. Thank you.
If I've gone to the painstaking effort of developing a menu as a restaurateur,
Yeah.
and my menu is online, which most restaurants have online
You can
now,
check in advance.
and you
if
can check in advance if I do food you like, and then you say it's an Italian place, can I have just a plain bowl of spaghetti? No, fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't. have put
But
it
then
better.
I'd be the bad guy.
Apparently, you would be because you're meant to facilitate the stupid demands of idiot customers who come to you expecting something you don't provide.
How far do you subscribe to the customer is always right?
They're not.
Very-
The customer is 90% wrong,
Yeah.
even if they're right.
Most people are idiots,
Yeah.
and that's an unrelated.
That's
No, I
that's
think-
pretty much
no.
my catchphrase.
I think that's fair, and including myself within the category
Oh,
of people.
happily.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like, most people are.
I'm an idiot.
Oh, I'm almost certainly an idiot.
I don't like the customer is always right attitude.
No.
Because
They're not.
and speaking as a customer, but if you've ever worked in service in particular, so be it I don't know, maybe in retail, but I used to work in Starbucks.
Oh,
And-
that's probably one of the worst.
And he realised very quickly it wasn't about coffee. It was about control and sugar. That's basically what people wanted. And, I worked in a Starbucks in the bottom of a skyscraper. This is in Canada. Not in Cheltenham.
Not in
Don't-
Chelsea.
don't-
good.
They knocked down that
There's
skyscraper,
one.
didn't they?
Yeah, the bottom just fell out of that mark.
Literally.
But no, we used to serve like 1,000 people before noon.
That
every
that
day.
is mental.
That's
And
stupid.
but yeah, and it was basically they come in and they go like, I want a venti half calf, half fat,
HD remix.
mocha green tea frappuccino with caramel on top. I think you just want to get really is that what you need
Yeah,
right now?
as you say, this is about control. This is about being in the position whereby most stupid, servers would feel that they had to fill this stupid order, when actually you could just go, no, fuck off.
But that's the thing, because they said something like every possible combination of Starbucks drink. They were like,
Have it your way. Oh no, that's Burger King.
there were like
That is
thousands
Burger King, yes.
thousands of combinations.
Eat fresh. Oh no, that's Subway.
Hell of a catchphrase.
Thing is, if the customer is always right is indeed applicable,
yeah,
why does anyone work in shops? They can do it themselves.
Yeah, true.
just let yourself in.
Just let yourself in, sort yourself out. Job's a good one.
You obviously know how to do it because you're always right.
Yeah.
Well, about this, I heard an anecdote.
Oh,
Did
tell
you?
us.
You're going to dote us, John?
I'm going to dote you. I'm going to dote on you. Someone, he was at a casino in Las Vegas, so it's a little bit kind of upmarket. And
I hear they have a
he
few
was-
casinos there.
I've heard it is quite a
The
popular pastime.
rumours are true.
The prophecy. But he basically, this guy was there as the friend of a friend, and it was a bit exclusive little. There's a bit of gambling going on, the poker
Really?
game, and he sees his buddy. He's playing poker. He's like, "Hey man, I'm here." He's like, "Oh cool. Hey, what are you drinking?" He's like, I don't know. I'll just have like a whiskey or something." He goes, No. What are you drinking? What is your whiskey? And he goes like, I don't know. There's this one brand, they won't have it. And then the guy just calls the waiter over and goes like, he'll have one of this particular brand. And I was like, I'm sorry, sir, we don't stock that. He goes, no. He will have this whiskey. And presumably that poor waiter had to go
and
out
buy it.
and
Yeah.
buy it.
Presuming that he can.
Yeah.
But
But
the
they did.
shops that he went to even stocked.
I mean, certainly, really exclusive hotels will,
Yeah.
See,
Presumably that's a high roller.
This
event.
plays more into what you just said about it being more about control. Like, you can live with a different brand of whiskey,
Yeah.
assuming you don't have a shit whiskey that tastes like piss, obviously.
yeah, you don't want piss whiskey.
No, pisky.
They went bust, didn't they? Piss whiskey.
Why? We
Why?
have such a strong
it's
brand.
very hard. It's very hard to explain.
Our USP is it's disgusting. But then, you're just an asshole.
Sorry, I'm just picturing it's the 17th century. And, this guy's like, I've decided our family will make whiskey, and the name of Pisky and Son will go down.
I'm going to develop this drink, and I reckon in years it will be known as pisky, but it wasn't.
But sorry, you were saying.
It's just being an asshole, isn't it? Demanding that specific whiskey from that poor waiter who doesn't get paid as much as however you get paid. I just think it's being a dick.
I mean, I can get behind it. It's something you said, as long as it's not a bad experience.
Yeah.
You can. It's like saying what's your favorite? I don't know. What's your favorite meal in the whole world? It's like, I love I really love cornflakes. Just love a bowl of cornflakes. Hypothetically.
That doesn't sound like a meal.
For some it is. I mean, it depends how big you go, really. But if some people go to a restaurant and you go, no, it's my favourite meal, I would absolutely love a bowl of cornflakes. It's like, you will have a bowl of cornflakes tomorrow.
Yeah.
You'll have one in 2 days.
What have you
time.
come here for?
Yeah.
You know, this is my point, is that why do you go up to an ice cream stand that obviously sells ice cream and ask for sorbet? I know you've got the intolerance and the dairy thing, but you take that out of the equation.
Yeah.
Why not go to a place that you know sells what you want, if that's what you want? We're talking about treats here. We're talking about luxuries. You, like, I don't understand. It's like going into a Chinese restaurant and asking for a Lancashire hot pot.
Yeah.
It's stupid, because you've gone to the Chinese restaurant, surely, to sample Chinese cuisine.
And yet, they do make a lot of concessions. Like, you could go
And they shouldn't.
You can go to a Chinese takeaway and order a pizza.
That's the problem. You give people an inch and
Yeah.
they'll take a yard.
And I'll take a pizza.
Yeah.
I feel once you've opened the door to a pizza, like...
I love opening the door to
where,
pizza, though.
where do you...
Especially when I order a pizza.
Yeah,
It gets
that's
delivered to the door.
ideal, to be honest. Within a reasonable delay.
But it's like, once you open the door to a pizza, like, the guy's living with you and, he's not paying rent and...
Exactly. So that's my hate.
I agree.
How would you classify it? Like customer entitlement?
Customer entitlement would be good. It comes under our rapidly growing group of hates, which concern the idiocy of the populace. It's like
basically.
public stupidity. It's like the same as the people who hang around in doorways, the marketing people on the phone. It's this irritating people thing. I think it comes under that. It's like an offshoot of that. So it's not its own genre. It comes under that subsection of hate. I think we should develop.
We should start developing files, shouldn't we?
Yes.
We should have a
or like
file.
genuses and species.
Oh.
Yeah, like a tree.
Oh my
That
god.
all
tree
comes
of hate.
And the very top is just like hate, and then it
People.
splits into like people hate, things hate.
We could be pioneers of hate. Like
Yeah,
we could find
we could
ways
write a
to-
paper.
Hateologists. No, basically has.
Do they?
No.
Oh. That's disappointing.
I've just to on this topic one last time.
Okay.
Assuming we're ready to move on.
I'm ready. I don't want this.
I've
but
heard it
okay.
said that the measure of a really classy restaurant is their omelette.
Really?
Yeah, and apparently, if you're the type of food critic who has the balls to just do this, you'd walk into the Ritz and go, no. I want an omelette.
Show me what you got.
And then they just apparently a good.
Is it code for shit? We need to bring our A game. So if someone sits down and goes, "I want an omelette," the chefs will go, "Oh God, he wants an omelette."
How much different can an omelette be?
You would think.
Or short, is it up to them to then make the very best basic omelette? Or to add something to an omelette that no one would predict, like slices of banana and eggshells?
It's like you come in, it's a fish restaurant. They go, and sir, may I recommend the clam chowder? It's very nice. No, I want an omelette.
Dun dun dun.
And they make an omelette, and it's just full of clam chowder.
So passive aggressive.
like you, they serve the omelette and go, enjoy, sir. Thank you, I will. And you
Share
bite
a
into it,
knowing
and
look.
like you cut into it, and like clam chowder just pours out, and you look up, and the chef's just looking at you.
Winks across the restaurant.
Yeah, touche.
Isn't clam chowder cold? Isn't it a cold soup? Or is that
Bisque.
bisque?
It's a bisque.
Isn't
I'm
bisque
sorry, it's
cold?
a tissue.
Is that like a
cold
like
soup, isn't it?
lobster? Can you have a lobster bisque?
Yeah.
Oh
probably.
yes, yeah.
If only
Not from the ice cream parlour.
No, you go get bisque sorbet.
I had some cold
but it-
soups in Japan actually.
Really?
Yeah,
What are they like?
not great. We went to a tofu place that specialised in dishes that were just
That's your
tofu.
first mistake, actually.
Yeah, the building was made of tofu.
Yeah.
Swaying.
It's like a blancmange.
oh, it's horrible.
Yeah, no, they're better soups. Anyway, next hate.
Oh, shall I?
Up to you, John.
Dive in,
You're
boy.
very welcome.
If we're going
You're very
clockwise.
welcome to go for it.
I have, worryingly, I think the most middle-aged hatred in the world.
Okay.
And I part of the hate is that I hate the fact that I hate it.
Okay.
I hate it because it's like I've become a Daily Mail cartoon.
Oh no.
I hate trains.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
And their
Really?
inconsistency.
Trains are awful.
I mean,
Okay.
I ride trains. I love them.
Yeehaw!
I love
You wrangle a train to go.
like you wouldn't believe. I love riding a train. It's great. It means I don't have to drive. I can read. I can listen to a podcast. I
Drink
love
on the train.
I love trains in principle. I hate the British.
I was going to say, do you hate British
I hate
trains?
the British acceptable failure of trains.
Yeah, it's like it'll do.
I was talking about this with my boss, and he was saying like at their AGM, this one train company goes like, our goal this year is for 95% of our trains to be on time. It's like, what?
That's not a goal.
Yeah, why? How is that acceptable? Why are we okay with things
mediocrity?
failing? Because this week, I've maintained a very good relationship with the Arriva social media team.
Oh.
We're practically on first name terms now. Actually, I do know her name. Liv is one of them. She's very nice if you ever catch her via Twitter.
Okay, yeah, I'll check that.
And because my train has been cancelled 4 times this week.
Mental.
And thus me being drawn into a long debate via... I didn't take it public. These were private messages back and forth. But all I said was... Well, look, I said, hey team, hey buddy. So this is like this... Yeah, it's been 4 times this week and 6 times this month it's been cancelled.
That's a lot.
So I go, hey, why is a train being cancelled? It's like, I understand it happens.
Yeah.
And this was like...
I'm not trying to be a dick here.
This was like failure number 3 at this point. So I was like, hey, okay, so the train got cancelled. It's no biggie. But why did it happen? Because somebody's telling me it's because the train needed cleaning. Another notification is saying it's a train fault.
That's a bit more important.
And someone else is saying it's due to a shortage of trains. And I'm like, which one is it? Hey, what's going on? And they're like, oh, like there's a shortage of trains. We're kind of moving stuff around.
There's a shortage of clean trains that need mechanical work on them.
Or occasionally they go, this is due to a staff shortage. And I'm like, really? The one key staff member who's probably not on that train is the driver. And I'm like, so what's happened there?
Yeah.
But so, okay, one day, I'm like, great, Monday, okay, we'll let it, let's see what happens. Tuesday, get to the station, like an idiot, and the train's cancelled again. So there's me, chatting to him again, saying, hey guys, do you think maybe...
I don't want to tell you how to do your job.
Yeah, don't tell you.
It sounds like I'm being a bit too polite.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
would you consider putting some notification up saying that this particular route is experiencing problems and will not be running all week? And they're like, no, it's just, it's just occasionally trains get cancelled. There's bad weather at the moment hitting the UK. Like, that's going to affect it as well.
Right.
Like, then why are they telling me the train's being cleaned? Oh, this is the worst one.
They're lying to you.
This wasn't Liv. This was a different lady this day. She sent me I was like, so hey, what's going on? Why? I'm trying to say, I'm annoyed. I understand that there are cancellations, but 2 days in a row is a trend.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And she replies by sending me a GIF. And the GIF is a animation explaining how leaves on the rails can cause problems. And that was it. And I'm like, that's not an answer.
Fuck.
And then 3 days in a row. And then by this time, their solution is download the notification app or set up notifications to let you know if it's going to be cancelled. It's like, no, it's not roulette. I shouldn't just. It's not just like pick a card.
I have to go to work.
Yeah, it's like we have a contract here. Like you run a train.
Yeah.
Goes at 7:46 every morning from A to B, and unless you're cancelling that train,
It'd be like setting an alarm clock, wouldn't it, to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning? And it's like, but it only goes off 6% of the time. And you don't know which mornings you'll get up for work. Woo!
Very exciting. I've been keeping quiet while you've been talking, John.
Oh,
because I'm fuming.
Oh.
And I'll tell you why.
Oh, good.
I'll give you 3 good reasons why I'm currently fuming.
Holy crap.
1, don't schedule a train if you haven't got a train.
Yes,
That's
very
probably-
good.
that's-
2, don't schedule a train if you haven't got any staff.
Very,
Okay,
very,
yes,
very
also
good.
fair.
3, this bloody country, any kind of weather, any weather. Oh no.
Ooh.
We gotta shut that off. Shut that down immediately.
Yeah.
Any weather. Oh, it's a bit mild. It's a bit mild today.
It's too clement.
Yeah.
Oh, better shut that off. Oh, it's a bit cold today. Oh, it's a bit autumny today. Comes around once every year, autumn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once every year, without fail.
We've been doing this for a while.
This
Autumn.
What, orbiting the sun?
Yeah.
Generally, yeah.
Yes.
If they had even that said, if they had turned around and said, "I'm sorry, it's what's the storm at the moment we're suffering? It's got a name."
Amelie? I don't know. I don't know.
I can't remember. Yeah, it's like Harry or something like that.
It was
Hermit.
like his old day.
I think it-
Herbald.
Oh no, there's one. There's
Isabella.
Hurricane Hurricane, which is
What?
hitting Ireland. Which is
Ophelia.
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 Which made the sky
Ophelia.
go yellow earlier in the week.
Oh yes.
Oh,
that
did
was-
she do that? That was
that
her
was
doing
she.
it.
That was sand from the Sahara.
It was indeed.
Yeah,
Was it?
That was what it was.
I thought it was the end of days.
That's
That's why I went.
Just looked out the window and go, God, blimey, Nick Yellow out there. Anyway, I got to make a phone call, mate. I'll talk to you in a bit.
Ali and I went out and bought a Nintendo Switch because we thought it was the end of the world. Let's just drain the bank account. There's no point in having money.
Look what we bought.
At least we'll be safe inside, I guess,
From the sand.
inevitable doom.
Yeah.
But anyway, that is my complaint. I don't know, because I understand that occasionally things go wrong. I just
But
like
the thing is like, is it not your job as a train company to be the people who know about the things that go wrong and thereby have a plan / I don't know, alternative
yeah.
to wheel out when the thing that goes wrong that they know happens all the time, as you know, Rayman here pointed out, we get autumn every year.
Yeah.
You know, why aren't we prepared now?
I'm just saying, don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining, because like, you know, I'm saying this is a trend, isn't it?
That's a
like
good phrase.
all I want to know,
I'm going to write that down.
Yeah.
all I want to know is
Piss on my leg.
is it gonna? It's been cancelled 3 days in a row, and then today the one home was cancelled.
Really?
I'm like, is it going to be running tomorrow? Because now my
You can't rely on anything now.
No, up is down.
Yeah.
You know, dogs marrying cats. And what's happening? You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, because now
I think this train situation has sent you a bit doolally, John.
I know you should calm down. You should just check your.
Because you were
privilege,
too
yeah.
polite on Monday. That's what's behind all
You should have
this.
started hard.
I just
Yeah.
like apparently
Have some more
Oi,
sriracha.
dickheads.
now.
Yeah.
They're working to get back to me apparently.
Train
course they are.
dickheads.
But it's just like, I don't know, just because apparently their only solution, and this is my life now, is I'm going to be getting an automated email which I'll have to set up at 6:30 every morning. So I'm going to get out of bed and I'll have an email saying, "Hey John, your train's cancelled. You've got to get out of the house half an hour earlier." It's like, that's my life now until
Is that the system that they've offered you?
basically, yeah, that and to apply for compensation. Like,
Oh right. Okay. Well, that's not great. It takes like a month to
I
get
just
money.
want them to be honest. I just want them to say, yeah, we dropped the ball, and this route,
Yeah.
your particular train is not going to be running for the next week or two.
It'd be good to know that because then you could just switch to car or
Make
whatever.
alternative plans.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy, but in Japan,
Oh well, yes.
you
I
would.
didn't know you went to Japan.
Yeah, was it? But I had a little spell there, and you would love the trains there. Oh, I mean, I know they're famous for it, but they were just the lifeblood of us getting around.
Do you want to? And I another anecdote.
Yeah.
A science dote.
Science don't.
Oh.
Now, Nick, you know you don't like things growing.
Oh no, I don't.
Are you familiar with slime mold?
I am familiar with slime mold, actually. Yeah, I mean, I think you've told me about it.
It's,
Yeah.
it's basically it's a slime-like fungus,
Yeah, I assume that.
and it
yes.
has an amazing ability to grow and do crazy
Quickly.
things.
I understand.
So they took a map of Japan. No,
Yes.
sorry, they took a map of the UK.
That's right. Map of the
Japan's
UK.
going to come up, and they put it in the bottom of a tray for growing fungus and stuff in, and they put a tiny grain of food on every major city, and they put a drop of slime mold in. And what the slime mold does is it grows across the entire tray,
Area.
but then it dies back
Right.
in areas for efficiency. So when it had all died back, what it had left was a web of lines linking
All the
every bit of
major cities
food
together.
so it could feed and transfer the nutrients around.
There you go.
Now, basically what you have there is a biological engine for calculating the minimum amount of connections between points.
The most efficient route.
So you could use slime mold to
plot
chart
that.
roads, to plan roads or train systems.
Yeah.
So they compared the map the slime mold had made with the
Oh,
UK
God.
train system.
Oh, God.
And no, it's appalling.
Yeah, I bet it is.
But you do it in Japan, they're practically identical. Like the Japanese train system is literally the most efficient thing you could possibly imagine.
Yeah. I believe you.
There you go, a bit of
It
science.
was really good. That's good. I love that slime mold story.
No, yes, I agree with you, John, that trains are generally crap in this country.
I think British train. I think you should clarify the British trains because I was when you first said trains, I was gonna be like, because I love a train.
I love
when
a
it
train
goes
journey.
well, I love train because as you say, like I can sit back, get my Game Boy out, like I'm having a great old time. But you're right. Here they are just poop.
I understand that things occasionally go wrong,
But they go wrong a lot here.
but it shouldn't be an accepted.
And they're always late.
Yeah.
They are, that's true.
Well, come on then.
Well, as you know, John and Nick,
Hello.
I could complain about people until the cows come home.
Oh.
This time, however...
You're going to complain about cows
No, I'm not. I could, but I won't.
until the people come home.
One particular person.
I'm going to complain to you about an inanimate object that is affecting my day-to-day routine. And it is becoming unbearable
God,
for me and Liz.
Oh my god.
Since Liz moved in...
Oh.
No. The shower in my house has developed a mind of its own.
What?
And will stop working at random intervals.
Right, okay.
Mid-shower, before the shower, won't even turn on.
Is it only when you're in the shower?
No, it's usually when she's in the shower. She hates it more than I do, but lately it's picking on me. But there is no rhyme or reason to why it's doing what it's doing.
I just pictured like you in the shower going, oh good god, it stopped, and Liz is downstairs with a tap going, yeah, I know, it's weird.
yeah.
It's really annoying.
But it's incredible. It just... Every time it's just stopping mid-flow at the moment, and then you start it again, and it'll go, and then you'll go out, and you go back in, and it's fine. But there's nothing's changed, and there's no rhyme or reason. We've got a bloke in, an expert,
While you were showering. That was
while
what
we were
this-
showering. He called the police.
He took,
They turned up.
he took
I was still showering.
he took hundreds of Polaroids.
Yeah.
All for research.
Yeah.
We'll need this back at head office.
This is what I worried about. Like,
Come to think of it, I don't think I ever actually called a shower man.
You just turned up in a boiler
Yeah.
suit and a fluorescent jacket.
This is my concern when complaining about trains. I was like, oh damn it, this is going to be the most middle-aged hatred ever. But no, you
No,
topped
no.
it.
top-
Topped it with a shower.
But it doesn't make any sense. If I could work out why it was doing what it's doing, I could fix it.
How-
Or tell someone who knows what they're doing how to.
I can
Or
fi-
just to do it.
I can find
But
it-
it's inconsistent, John.
How
Liz thinks it's alive. It's ruining my life.
how boiler savvy are you? Like, could you look at the boiler and go,
But it's not to do with the boiler because it's an electric shower.
oh, I see.
So it's not related to the boiler.
So clearly you've got a bare wire in that wet environment.
Well, I think I'm certainly the man for the job when it comes to that. I think I'll take the toaster with me because I like toast when I work.
It's hungry work fixing a
It's
shower.
very hungry work, so I'll take the toaster.
Powers the mind.
Yeah. So it's just, it's driving me bananas. We've bought a temporary shower head now from Amazon, which is just a rubber tube which you plug into the tap.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
It
backup
looks like a
option.
stethoscope.
Yes, exactly that, yeah.
When I noticed the shower was sparking, I decided to investigate. And when I woke up 4 hours
Yeah. The doctor said I was lucky to be here.
The lights
it-
were out in the whole town.
Liz thinks the shower hates her.
Oh, well,
So it's the psychological damage it's causing.
It's an ancient curse.
So
Yeah.
it probably is. It's
Yeah.
the Colonel.
I bet yes, the curse.
It's the Colonel.
It's Colonel Sanders' curse.
Well, we can't ignore that possibility.
There's a chance my shower's come alive and has got a vendetta against me and Liz.
Have you or Liz offended the Colonel lately?
I don't. Well, I'm not sure I should say it out loud. I don't go to KFC very often because I don't really like it.
That might be part of the problem.
Oh, my.
So the Colonel's probably cursed my shower. That's probably what's happened.
That's what it will be.
That's the most reasonable explanation.
Yeah, you've not made any
Force
sacrifices to the toilet.
Force down a cup of popcorn chicken.
Yeah.
Just force it down.
Yeah, and then you'll go to me. How's the shower? Yeah, good as new. Good as new. After that popcorn chicken.
You just need to have a rage shit.
Yeah.
I can feel all 11 herbs and spices.
He's lost 14 stone in one day. But
it's like
that is,
passing a
as you can
pine
tell,
cone.
driving me up the wall at the moment.
Yeah.
That shower.
There's a lot of hate coming
So,
from you at this point.
My face has probably got a nice shade of red.
So, I mean, have you just resorted to... Well, yeah, I guess you've got your kind of shower...
Well, I've had
rubber
baths a
shower
lot
head.
this week,
Oh.
to be honest.
I just use a wet
Swimming in
flannel.
your own filth.
Yeah,
I just use a wet nap and...
A wet nap.
Dab
Yeah,
it,
it depends.
dab it all over.
Yeah, you do that in my room sometimes.
but today it's been fine and nothing's changed.
It sounds
That's almost worse. It's worse, isn't it? Like if it was always a bit shaky,
Yeah.
you could maybe deal with it.
Yeah, but if it happened all the time because of this certain thing happening, then I would know the chain and I would know what to do and what
Yeah.
not to do. When the guy came round, it worked fine. Of course it bloody
fucking
did.
did.
Knew he was there.
Well, if there's any...
The shower, he knew he was there.
If there's any plumbers or real men listening, maybe they can help us out because I wouldn't know.
Yeah, tweet into hashtag show called
electric
hate.
shower randomly shuts off.
You see,
Dunno.
I would blame the electrics, but if you're losing pressure, because surely the electric side of things is only handling, or is it an electric pump?
I don't know. It seems to be honest, it seems to be if I turn it right down to like 1, so cold, just cold water, it runs fine. And then if I turn it up after it's shut off before, it'll just shut off again. So it's obviously maybe it's a temperature thing, but I don't know how that works because it's not related to the boiler.
So the water flow, I love how we're actually breaking this down as if we can somehow
The
solve
water
it.
flows when it's cold.
But when it cuts out, as you say,
it's
the water
inconsistent.
stops.
Yeah, but it's inconsistent when it's at, say, 7. But then I don't know how to relate that water to the boiler, because we've just had the boiler fixed. Don't get me started on that.
Oh,
bloody boiler.
3
3 years that's been
episode.
broke. It's fixed now. But now the shower's broke. Still.
Maybe you've never known what a normal water functioning. Maybe showers are meant to act like this. Maybe you've just never lived.
I just think the shower's come alive and it's very upset for some reason.
Just get a
That's
bucket.
the only reasonable explanation.
Just get a bucket, sit in the garden.
It does sound like an electrical problem. Like my old Fiat Panda. I used to
remember
drive.
it well.
After it was in a car crash, it was never entirely right.
No.
There's
a reason for that though. A car didn't crash into the shower, as far as I know.
Well, yeah.
You don't know though, do you?
I chucked the toaster at it.
Yeah.
No, I didn't do that.
It's just getting envious. Like you spend so much time with that toaster in the shower.
I do love the toaster. I've got a toaster in my shed. It's not plugged in.
You've got a shed.
I've got a shed.
Oh,
You've been to my house.
not been to your shed.
Ooh.
all right.
You didn't invite us.
Well, no, yeah. There's reasons.
I love it. You kind of like back down there, like, oh yeah, fair point.
Yeah.
What was your hatred? That your shower's broken?
Shower maintenance. Maybe home maintenance.
I mean, it seems like a very personal, specific problem to you, but I can understand your hatred.
I don't need you to agree with me, frankly.
I hear what you're saying, but how does it relate to me?
Yeah, how is it my problem?
Yeah.
To be honest, I just needed to get that out. I feel so much better.
Well, really,
Yeah, I can tell.
This
You're
show
glowing
is
now.
Yeah.
It is therapy, really.
This show is, absolutely.
For us.
Speaking of which, have we got some user comments?
We do
John?
indeed.
Listener
Oh.
comments.
No, we've got
contributions.
I've got a hate as well
that was
from
a good-
the
that was a
public.
good-
Could we just do a brief update on previous hatreds?
Yeah.
I think me and Tesco's are reaching breaking point
Oh, it's a callback.
because I walked into Tesco's the other day, and there's a new gurning prick on banner, and it's Stu this time.
Stu, what does he make?
Well, Stu's a cheeky chappy, you
Oh,
know.
I hate cheeky chappies.
I think it's a lasagna. Frankly, it's irrelevant.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
You know.
He didn't make it, and that's not his name, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I hope he got paid.
Chocolate lasagna.
But it's Stu's never fails lasagna.
Fails for what?
Yeah.
Fails for what?
Fails for what?
And
What does he
there-
lace it with?
And he's got. That's the thing. He sounds.
Is there a hypnol in it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds awful.
It never fails to bring ladies home.
And he's
unconscious.
there, and he's like
Drags them
he's
'cause they're
oven,
unconscious.
He's got oven
In a
gloves on.
lasagna tray.
He's got oven gloves. He's got his shit-eating grin, and he's got his lasagna, which might contain shit for all I know. I don't know.
Yeah, it probably does.
Stu's never fails.
Yeah, I want to know what it never fails to do. I think that's important.
Maybe it never fails to make his guests lose their appetite.
Oh, satire.
It never fails to. I don't know, get me
Piss
out of
John off.
drink driving charges or something.
Yeah,
Turns up at
he
the
just always
judge's
has one.
house.
It's always one on the passenger
He's got
seat.
in one of those little booster seats.
Whenever I've had a few jars, I like to offer a bribe to my local officer.
Do you have any idea how fast you were going, sir?
Does
I
this
think it was
change your mind?
Delicious miles per hour.
And then he goes, step out of the car, please, sir. And then he just chucks it in his face.
It's cold, but
Yeah.
There's onions in it.
Oh god.
He's famous down the precinct now, the lasagna man.
And he throws the tray as well.
Clonk.
And it's like glass.
Heavy ceramic
Another
damage.
lasagna of related police assault.
Who is this man?
Oh god.
Oh, sorry, yeah, hates.
Hates from the public. I've got one.
Okay, this is from...
All right, fine.
Completely ignored.
oh, you didn't say I had one right now. You just said I had one. Would you like to... Okay,
No, I see how it is. I fucking see
Fine,
how
do
it
it.
is.
No.
Well, I haven't gone, so one of you two is going to have to go.
Okay, my brother Phil hates bacon packaging.
Why?
I literally left that one to just sit in the air for a second. No, I understand his pain. Have you ever noticed how when you go to rip open bacon packaging, it just strips into little ribbons?
I use a knife.
And it's like, oh, well,
Yeah.
there's a real man.
I use it. Yeah,
But it has got a tab, you see. It's got a
Oh,
little
it
tab.
has. Yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
Don't use that.
No,
Because you just end up with essentially confetti.
That's Darwinian. That's just
But it's like,
natural selection.
let's say there's 14 rashers of bacon and you want 3 for your sandwich, and then you've just got a
You know,
shredded packet.
you know what you're going to get there, Nick?
What's that? Tell me, John.
Grey bacon.
Great. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That horrible rainbow bacon. that you get.
Oily.
Yeah, it looks like an oil slick.
Yeah.
Still good though.
Oh, I'll still eat it.
Don't even cook it. Just chow down.
Yeah. How do you feel if, like, you go to your fridge and there's bacon and it's sealed, but it's bulging? Because you know
Oh, it's technically off.
there's a reaction going on in there.
Yeah, but all that means is you've got bonus gases as well.
You huff those.
Yeah.
And put a little hole in it.
Not slight narcotic effect, and then chow down on the bacon.
And when I woke up 4 hours later,
There is not a single position of dead pig, and in whatever state it may be, that I wouldn't eat.
you say position, like a leaning,
Position in terms of-
jowler or
Yeah,
something. like
position in terms of going stale.
Pass for pigs.
What about
It
black?
went off.
What about black?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it might have been a black pig.
Might have been.
What
We
about
don't know.
face scanning a ditch?
Bum in the air.
If
Squirting
someone
diarrhea.
cooked it afterwards, well, pigs presumably do die face down in a ditch.
We all
Don't they?
die face down in a
Pigs,
ditch.
pigs who die of natural causes,
I don't think
or a bolt in their brain, probably do it in the ditch, don't they?
Probably.
And they're probably dirty when they get killed.
a pig doesn't do it himself. He doesn't commit suicide.
No, but he might
Seppuku.
just go, this,
Seppuku.
you know,
Tell my, you know.
I'm getting old and stuff.
So that pig just ambles out.
No, they
into
just
the
drown
field.
themselves.
But surely a pig, when you kill it anyway, is dirty.
Dirty.
Even when the farmer kills it to sell it as delicious
Oh,
pork.
yeah, imagine they wash it at some point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it would be dirty when it died.
But where's the
But
dignity?
head down in
That's
a,
what
I
I'm
wouldn't eat a raw pig in a ditch if that's what you're
saying.
asking.
Where's the dignity?
Would you take a bite out of a living pig?
No, because it would probably beat me up.
Yeah, okay, but it's trotters.
I wouldn't fancy myself against a live pig.
There was
frankly.
a gentleman, I believe he was a vicar, in...
You've always got a story.
Always
haven't
have a
you?
story,
You've
yeah.
got a
I've
story.
always got a story.
It's because I once had a moustache and now I have to answer every question with
Yeah.
a story. But no, there was a vicar, this was a few years ago, and he was out walking in Eastern Europe, where he lived, and he was a wild boar came out of the woods and charged him.
Oh no.
Oh.
So he jumped down a well to get to safety, and the boar jumped in after him. But in all seriousness, he was very badly injured.
Yeah, because a ball landed on him after he'd already fallen like 3 stories into.
And then he spent about 4 hours in a well with a very angry boar.
Oh god.
Who was probably also injured.
And let's be honest, probably smelt horrendous.
Oh.
Oh my god, I can't imagine. Like, that would be a really bad few hours, wouldn't it?
Oh, this is going to get worse before it gets better.
Can you imagine though? You've jumped down the well and you think, I'm safe for now. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here it comes.
What are you thinking at that moment?
Hog rocket. Straight from above.
I'm glad he was a vicar, is all I'm saying.
It really adds something to the story.
Thanks,
that.
something to look forward to, I feel.
Yeah, you're
no.
I wouldn't.
Ken says, I discovered a new one this week. When renewing my car insurance over phone, he doesn't talk like this. I'm just kind of putting on a narrative.
Use an actor's voice to protect his identity.
Let's call him K-R.
K-N.
And he says, the operator finished every sentence with an upward inflection. It really drove me a bit crazy
Oh.
by the time we were done. How do we feel about that?
Well, yes, I don't like it when people call me generally.
Maybe he was a crazy person.
Whenever anyone does that to me, I always respond in the exact same way. Who are you and why are you calling
Yes,
me?
exactly.
That sounds pretty annoying.
Maybe they're all 13-year-old girls.
Yeah, I can imagine that's an irritant. I wouldn't say I hate it.
Well, Ken does.
That's fine. No, that's good. Okay.
You acknowledge and
I acknowledge
validate
and
his-
appreciate that Ken hates 13-year-old girls who use an upward inflection.
I mean, I guess we'd probably
No.
only disagree if we loved it. And we don't love it.
I certainly don't love it.
No.
I'm ambiguous about it.
Is it meant to be non-threatening? If they're trying to sell you something, they're
it?
like, it's like, I'm signing you up for the 12-month plan.
But,
like,
the way you're saying it, it's like she's asking a question.
but
Is an upward inflection always a question?
they kind of go hand in hand.
Trying to think of another way of doing it that wouldn't sound like a question.
I'm Ron
I
Burgundy.
couldn't think of one, so maybe if I could think of one, then maybe it would sound a bit like this.
There you go.
I've worked it out now,
that's
so
very
now
good.
you end up sounding like a teenage girl.
Or
Yeah.
like a valley girl.
Yeah, valley girl.
Such as it is.
That's worse. What I just did then made me feel a bit sick.
I can appreciate why that would irritate
Yes.
dear Ken.
So how should Ken respond?
Kick her.
He should either hang up or track them down and murder them.
Track them down and push a coffee table into their shins.
There's no in between. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
Hang up
I guess you're right.
or track them down.
There is no in between. He's right. There's no in between.
But you cannot do anything else. One or the other.
He's completely right.
Those are your options.
Ken, take note.
Ali, my other half, raised a hate, which relates kind of to this one. She really hates it when someone in a shop, when you're buying something, goes, do you have one of our store loyalty cards at all? And they say at all.
So so the context is not as important as the
at all.
At all.
Yeah, because it suggests that you might have some of one.
Yeah.
But you don't have all of it yet.
At all.
Do you have one of our loyalty cards at all? Would you like a bag at all? Like, at all?
All right, at some point in my life, I will need a bag, yes.
Yeah. I'd
Yeah,
like a
no,
whole one,
yeah.
though. You know, I'd definitely like to have all of it.
At all.
It's weird, isn't it?
It's a colloquialism, isn't it?
Yeah. Or like a tick.
Like, maybe they're trying to cover their bases. Like, I don't have one on me, but I have one at home.
Yeah. I could take your number and bring it round.
Or is it sort of inferring that, do you want one on any level? Like, do you want one maybe a tiny bit?
Or do you want a ton?
Or do you want it a
Yeah.
lot?
How much do you want the bag? Because there's someone down there who's willing to fight you for it.
Someone down there wants 2 for shoes
Yeah.
because they're poor.
One each.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kevin, but I do really want one, and you've got my interest.
Especially now.
Colour
talk.
me intrigued.
Yeah, let's talk. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Although I think I have. I'm honestly trying to think of the last time somebody said "at all" to me.
You probably will notice
Yeah.
it now, though.
Yeah, that's it. We probably, because it didn't annoy us as much as it annoyed Ali, we probably haven't noticed it.
Ignorance is bliss, basically.
She's ruined it for
It's a
us.
certain Lovecraftian horror. Once you're aware of it, you can't.
It's everywhere.
You can't go
God, it's
back.
there. You just said it.
Alex raises one. Long time listener. Not first time writing in, because he writes in a lot actually. He said,
Sick of it.
and I think this ties into one of my earlier hatreds about YouTube. In general.
Oh, here we go.
He hates YouTube, heavy air quotations, drama.
Yeah.
He hates, basically the snake eating its tail nature of it, where it's just utter ego stroking, having a falling out, and then it's the thumbnails that do it.
It's
to
all
me.
scripted, though, isn't it? It's like they've. I reckon YouTubers all call each other up, and we're like, right, for the next 3 weeks, should we have a big old bust up? And it would be great, and we'll feature each other in thumbnails, and I'll come over to your house and I'll film it as though I'm infiltrating to steal something out of your garage or something. I reckon it's like that.
It's basically Hello Magazine,
Yeah.
just for a different class of
But they
celebrity.
cultivate and water and gradually grow their dramas and beefs until they're capital.
I don't know. I know I'm a crusty old man, but it's just like
You're pretty crusty today.
I just want to say to these people, it's like, do you not have better things to be doing? Well, no, they clearly don't.
They don't have any talent or ability to create genuine content that's worth anything, which I think is something we've talked about on the show before.
I just if you've got nothing better to do with your time than fill your YouTube video series in between you eating baby food and I don't know, just vlogging about your life as a YouTuber with drama. I'm just like crying out loud, get a. I'm not going to say get a job because you have a job and it's going to be paying you, but get a skill.
Yeah, get a skill. Get something you can be proud of.
Take
what are
up
you going to look
carpentry.
back on when 20 years' time with like what you did and what you made?
The world needs joiners. Start fitting shelves or something.
The world needs now is joiners.
I don't know any YouTubers.
Well, not what do you mean personally?
Just generally. Like these young people with their looks.
Well,
and
who's
You're not
is it
missing out.
Keemstar?
I don't know that could be a disease.
Just
It is a disease on the earth.
just for worst person. It's like he. You got like those
You've gotta see
celebrity
it to
gossip
believe it.
shows like TMZ, Entertainment.
Yeah, he's
It's like
that for YouTube.
but for YouTube.
and
Or at
these
least he's
people
trying.
argue with each other on YouTube.
Well, people have falling. Like I imagine there are some genuine
Jesus.
fallings out. Like someone will maybe make fun of someone and then they'll backlash. But then they buy into the culture of it and they do this thumbnails. I could forgive them a lot if it weren't for the bloody thumbnails of them just mugging it up to the camera. I'm really angry actually.
I couldn't care enough to be angry about it.
Wow.
I don't care.
You're probably wise not to.
That's why I was relatively quiet during that section.
Fair play.
It
I
just
don't care.
because it's masturbatory because it accomplishes nothing.
Yeah.
Just great big circle jerk of wasted time and effort.
Wankety dank.
Sorry, Alex, I hijacked your hate there. Yeah, I wholeheartedly
I
agree.
think John agrees with you.
Yeah.
I agree too.
A different Alex.
Oh.
That's his name. Right, I hate that Liam has left for Bake Off. And I love the national outrage. Oh, sorry, got onto a love there before it. But I think it's connected. He said he loves the national outrage at Liam leaving the Bake Off.
But he hates the fact that Liam left the Bake Off.
Also, what's a Bake Off? I'm being facetious, but I've just never watched it.
I'd forgotten it was on.
I watch it religiously.
Oh, there we go. You're on a
So I know exactly what Alex is talking about.
Fill us
Liam?
Fill us in. What happened
Liam
to
is a young man who found an affinity for baking and as a result found himself on the Great British Bake Off, which is a popular television programme which recently moved from the BBC to Channel 4.
Goodness me.
You may have read about it in the newspapers.
I believe I did.
I don't read newspapers.
Liam was the youngest baker ever in the tent in all 8 series.
Shit the tent.
Ever. He's like 19.
Wow.
He's a cool guy. He's from London.
He wears cap backwards.
He
he
probably
skateboard?
does in his spare time, but I think that would be unhygienic.
Fair enough.
So,
I accept that.
but he's made some fine bakes and he's 1-star baker. And I agree with Alex. I was shocked when they said he would be the one who was leaving this week.
Now, it is
Why did he leave? Did he fuck it up?
Yeah.
Well, not as badly, in my view, as a girl from Liverpool who, fucked it up, basically.
Right.
I think he was very hard done by.
What's the format? Like, at the end of every episode, does it come down to 2 people?
No. Basically, they all bake.
Categorically, no.
They have themed weeks. So this week it was forgotten desserts.
Okay.
So whatever, fine. So they made their desserts. They have 3 rounds, which is their signature bake, which is, say, a relatively small thing.
Lasagna, yeah.
Well, whatever it may be. It's like 12 flapjacks, say. Little
regret
things.
lasagna.
Oh, okay.
Then they have a technical challenge where they're basically given a piece of paper and they say, make this
Turn this into
without
a cake.
any prep.
Folded.
Well, they have to make a certain thing, but they don't. It's like a really retro thing that nobody's ever heard of. So they just go make that.
Okay.
And then the best one, there's the winner of that, and then it's the showstopper, which is usually quite a big cake or piece of bread or whatever.
Have they ever made a coq en bouche?
Yeah, I think so. Actually,
Yeah, you see, I've seen an episode of MasterChef.
Is that chicken in bread?
Bake Off.
No, it is. I'm probably. All I know is that it sounds like cock and balls.
Yeah.
And
very funny.
It's basically a 4 foot tall cone of profiteroles.
Yeah,
bound in caramel.
yeah, they did make one
What?
of those.
That's for a lot of people though, like not for one person.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, not for like one.
You could
prince.
try and take it on, probably.
You have to make it in a giant like metal traffic cone.
Yeah.
This is
which
a
is
thing.
which is
It
what
is a
made
thing.
specifically for
Yeah,
making this
it
dish.
has no other purpose apart from.
I love profiteroles. I really
Profiteroles
like.
are nice.
I really,
No,
I mean, it's,
I'm going to disagree there. I think
Oh.
they are overrated.
that is bullshit, John.
It's a little pastry.
You're outvoted
fart
here, John.
disappointment.
It's not my love.
I don't really like desserts either.
To be fair, neither do I really.
I like sugar. It occurs to me I'm actually realizing in my old age that I am starting to consume perhaps a worrying amount of sugar. We have a charity box at work full of sweets, and if I am having an idle brain moment, I'm not even hungry.
Yeah.
I'll just buy like a whole pack of wine gums and just eat the entire pack of wine gums.
What, one a day? A whole pack a day?
Oh yes, I think you said like 1 wine gum a day. No, it's one. Like I will just eat that entire pack in like 20 minutes.
Well,
I've done that.
Old Mother Hubbard.
So good.
I can't talk. I have really sugary tea.
That is true.
Like,
you do.
yeah,
you
I
do.
think I've actually upped it. I'm at like 2.5 sugars now.
I give you 3 when I make you a cup of.
You are a saint.
You told me to give you 3. I'm fairly certain. I've always
That-
given you
that-
3
I've
shots.
always been a 2 sugar man.
You might as well have a bottle of pop.
Have I given you diabetes?
a panda pop. I think you've done this. The reason I want more sugar is because whenever you make me tea, you put 3 in there.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're just craving.
It's fine. I love
How
it.
many cups of tea do you have a day?
Probably 5.
That's like at least 15 spoonfuls
Packets
of
of wine
sugar.
gums.
That is, yeah. When you say it like
Yeah,
that.
but how much is in your packet of wine gums? How many spoonfuls of sugar equivalent?
I don't know. I'd be more worried about the preservatives, which are slowly turning my kidneys.
I tell you
to
what,
amber.
we'll meet on the middle ground, and I'll just start having wine gums in my tea.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Can you imagine? Oh,
Be
would be
horrible.
delightful. Of course, the real treat is when you finish that pack of fruit pastilles. I had some fruit pastilles on Monday. They were very good.
Lucky
And
boy.
Do you bite into them before you've sucked the sugar off?
I
You just bite into the pack, like through the paper.
I leap over reception and chew my way into that cardboard box. I used to kind of make them last, but these are so good. These are
Oh.
off-brand.
Just
fruit
got to
pastilles,
devour them.
and they are so amazing. You just have to
You've got
crunch
to get them while you
down.
can.
Crunch on.
Anyway, at the end of the Bake Off,
Oh,
One
Oh,
of
yeah.
them is voted Starbaker, and one of them's kicked off.
Ah.
And this week it was Liam, which I thought was the wrong decision, and I see Alex agrees.
I see. Did he do bad?
No, he did. He didn't do as well as he can,
Oh,
but I don't think he was the worst.
maybe he let himself down.
Well, he obviously.
See, there's a lot of these shows that follow a similar format, and I often wonder whether someone who's been doing really, really well, and then they have like an off week. I think their previous form should be considered in whether.
Yeah,
I
think that's probably what people are thinking in terms of this national outrage.
because he's obviously good.
He's been very good.
So to
he's
knock him
he's
off-
been quite hit and miss, but
when he's
when he's good, he's really good. But he's young as well. And this girl from Liverpool's had a shocker for the last 3 weeks. So
well, how long has this series been running?
it's the semi-final next week.
Oh, so it's near the end.
We're near the end.
Because when you said actually had a shocker 3 weeks running, that's like my train situation. Like if it's been off
Yeah.
for 3 times in a row,
That's the trend.
is that
That is a trend.
Is that 3 bad days, or is that's
That's
correlation?
3 bad weekends as,
Yeah.
as the Bake Off goes.
But it's all pre-recorded, isn't it?
It's all pre-recorded.
So like they're all locked in a bunker somewhere and they can't.
They
interact
can't
with
talk
the
to
public.
anyone or do
Yeah.
anything. They just got to eat the cakes they baked 3 months ago.
John writes in and says, "I hate the current celebration of idiocy and ignorance, reality TV stars especially."
That's not really a new thing, though, is it?
Is it relevant to our previous point though?
I guess.
Perhaps, but that's been the case since Towie came out, and that was what 15 years ago, 10 years ago,
Yeah. So basically, have we always, as a culture, just celebrated stupidity?
probably.
But just every generation just rediscovers it and thinks it's new.
But still hates him.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, we just watched a 12-minute video of Bergs doing stupid things.
That was a
Yeah,
good
but
video.
that's way better than reality TV.
It was really good.
was very funny.
Yeah. I mean, we could have sat down and watched like a documentary on Proust or something like that. But
we
instead,
could have done that.
Instead,
yeah,
we watched a bird headbang to metal music.
which was great.
It was really good. Though.
And an emu run and fetch a ball but couldn't pick it up.
it was
It was
delightful.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cy writes in, and he's going to be our last piece of hate mail
Oh.
for the show.
Yes, of course. You coined this while I was away.
Cy, perhaps not really buying into the concept of a show, says, I hate overzealous killjoying, which is pretty much our thing, basically.
What, this show, you mean?
Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm not going to tell you why I dislike X. I'm going full militant about it until you've either agreed or entered your own life, just to escape the insipid wine festival I went on. We've all met that person at least once, I swear.
That's the same submission.
That is the same submission. So it's basically people who I guess vehemently hate something, but won't tell you why, and are more in love with the argument than the actual.
I think what he's coming from here is like arguers on the internet.
It's basically the internet.
Yeah, because it's like because people always fight their corner, don't they, for something on the internet? But then when you get a perfectly phrased underneath, someone just going, hello, what is it you hate about this so much? And then they'll just go, fuck you, you're one of them, you're an SJW snowflake, like right wing fascist Nazi, and you're part of the problem. And it's like, hang on, dial it in.
Or is it the
We
point
still
where-
don't know what you're angry
or is it the
about.
point where you could say perhaps the most neutral statement in the world, and someone will disagree because they're just sitting at home, desperate to stroke it to an argument, basically. So.
I was talking on Twitter with a woman from America
Whoa.
last week.
Oh,
Not a particularly famous... Well, she wasn't famous at all. She was an ordinary woman.
always nice to make friends.
Well, I wasn't really making friends with her. I was arguing with her.
Oh,
to an
excellent.
extent, but I won, handsomely.
Did she? Then...
It was regarding Mr. Trump.
Oh, he's
And it was,
Trumpleton.
it was talking about facts and whatever. I don't
Oh,
know.
well, I think
we
we
all,
can-
we all anyway, we all know about
we
that.
can
And
agree he does wonderful work.
Yeah,
Yeah, he does, yeah.
absolutely. And I said, right, so I'm going to give you a fact, and it's based on something Fox News reported a few years ago that Birmingham is a Muslim place in England, and no non-Muslims
Oh,
go to Birmingham,
yeah.
which of course is not true. It is a fact that is false. And I said, so what is your interpretation of a fact? And her response was, they claimed something about Donald Trump and he denied it, so it's the fact is that he didn't do it. Well, no. That's not a fact. That you're considering a fact what Donald Trump tells you.
Yeah. That's a remarkably worrying perspective.
That's what I said. I said that's incredibly worrying that you've said that, and she
Yeah.
just did not get it.
I feel we could
She's
do.
deified
We
him.
could fill a whole series with Trump.
Oh yeah, it's potentially a hole we need to save.
I
for a finale.
don't want to go through the looking glass with it, but
No.
it's just an example.
No, you're right.
But you're right though. It is. Well, it's almost so horrible. The brain can only draw back from it, like touching a hot plate, like ooh, because it's like to acknowledge that our world, our species, has done something so stupid and continue to back up and like double down on their decision. It's like no, he's brilliant, like he's amazing, like he's doing great work.
I feel like that's what it is, though, isn't it? It's a reflexive realization that they have to now go all in.
But that's kind of like scary. Like, what does that say?
When you said that, I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like
So,
ooh.
There we are.
Oh,
Let's move on quickly.
Well, if you are sick of hatred and the internet and big arguments, maybe you shouldn't check out our website.
Hey guys, John here, and welcome to the interlude. You may be wondering why I'm whispering. That's because it's actually very early on a Sunday morning in the editing suite at Big Punch Towers, and I'm trying very hard not to wake up anyone else in the building. So, apologies for adopting such dulcet tones, but I hope you enjoy the rich, chocolatey rasp of my Sunday morning voice. First and foremost, hello again. Isn't it great to have Nick back? We were practically becoming love-filled, generally quite nice people in his absence, so I'm glad he has returned to bolster the hate once more. A big thank you to you, as ever, for continuing to listen incredibly. We're 5 episodes in, and somehow we've stuck to a semi-regular publishing schedule. Means a hell of a lot that you've stuck around to see how we've done, so thank you. And a big thank you in particular to Apple user RedMachine75 for giving us such a lovely review over on the iTunes store. Again, humble beginnings. 1 review has made all the difference to us. So thank you. And if you would like to join in, hop aboard the review and ratings train, we are always open to receiving your love or hate, let's be honest. So yeah, what is there to report at Big Punch Towers and a show called Hate Central? Well, we are, that is Big Punch, are heading down to MCM London this coming weekend. So we're all ready, we're all hyped, we're ready to get back on the convention train, and we will be debuting after, I think, Volume 4, Man-Made God, to the general public. So yeah, very much look forward to seeing you there. We'll be in the Comic Village. It's terrible because I can't remember the exact table number we're on, but if you check out our Twitter, or indeed my personal Twitter, John.Comics, Big Punch Studios, Nick Angel, you can basically, we'll be listing all the details there. Yeah, I guess in other nice bit of housekeeping, we had our first A Show Called Hate photo shoot. I say first, it's probably also the last, but it's always been our plan to have a few more kind of promotional materials lying around. So keep an eye out for that, because myself, Nick, and Rayman spent a good hour or so being very stupid in front of a camera, in front of Flonix Studios' photography kind of room. So a big thank you to Flonix in Cheltenham. Do check them out. Very nice people. And yeah, so hopefully we'll have a nice big kind of sexy banner to go with our page. So yeah, and you'll be able to find that on SoundCloud at A Show Called Hate, or via the Big Punch website. So yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you for contributing. Thank you for your loves, your hates, your interest. It means a hell of a lot. We are Big Punch Studios. You can find everything we do at www.bigpunchstudios.com. And as before, because we are shameless, your reviews, ratings, feedbacks, comments, all of this is very greatly appreciated. So, without further ado, I hand you back over to Nick and some love.
Okay, so my love follows on from my theme of my hate, because I figured, well, I've been to Japan.
Oh,
Yeah.
this guy in Japan.
I don't know if you guys know, but I went to Japan lately.
Oh, I think I know the title of this podcast.
And my love is the Japanese people.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
Yeah,
Isn't
I've
that
gone for another
lovely?
heartwarming lowballer, which is going to become my catchphrase.
Oh, that's a good name for an album, isn't it? A heartwarming lowballer.
No, it'd be more like a crooner, wouldn't it? Oh, he's the heartwarming lowballer. Comes on stage. Oh.
Swings. Really baggy trousers, swinging past his knees.
Balls and all.
Yeah, tell us, go on, why?
They are. Just give me one good reason why they
go
could
on.
possibly be so great.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not the British people, are they? Let's be honest.
Carry on with your thing we couldn't possibly disagree with.
I'll keep it brief, but they were just lovely. They were great people at every point, even if they weren't like people who were serving you a product or a service. They just the random people you met were just absolutely lovely. Like kids walking home from school, as they walk past you, they'd be like "Konnichiwa" as they walk past you, which means hello. But technically it means good day. But no, they were just great.
If I was a local,
Yeah,
and I saw some
sweaty Westerner with a backpack on.
tourists.
Oh, that was being kind.
It's like, oh, kids, well, you've studied really hard. It's been a long day at school. Come home, and we'll have a quiet family meal. It'll be lovely. Oh, thank you, Father. I can't wait. And it's just you on the edge of the street going, hello.
Out their window. Hello.
Hello, children.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
What do you think's in his bag?
Don't make eye contact, children.
That's what it was like. They were so accommodating in my weirdness.
Yeah, I bet they were terrified. They had to.
Yeah. I was a head taller than most of them.
Good.
Well, I disagree. I don't like anyone who isn't.
Yeah, I dare you to disagree. That's it really.
Oh, it's great. Wow, I wish I'd had a honeymoon to Japan. Can you imagine?
Oh, I missed this.
Why didn't you invite us?
I'm going back to Japan. Screw you guys.
I did ask if I could come, and I was told no, which was disappointing.
Yeah.
My Japanese school children friends will accept
Yeah.
me.
Oh, I'm gonna go hang out with them.
Oh, konnichiwa. Senpai. Oh.
He's back.
Go on then.
I'm glad you had a good time.
It was great. I appreciate all your love. This love section is remarkably hate-filled.
Oh god.
But enough about me. What about me?
About me? What do you think about me?
I have a love, and it is genuinely about me. It is quite self-defeating. No, self-congratulatory. I'd like to put forward my hair.
I mean, yeah, okay.
I don't think any of us were expecting that.
No. Well,
I don't want you to put it too far forward, into my mouth.
Taste it. What I'm saying is, this is like it's a rallying call. It's self-affirming because I've not really liked my hair most of my life.
Right.
Microphone head.
Yeah.
Was our affectionate name for you.
I was just happy to be involved.
Got him. Just include me.
Yeah, no, you used to, tap me on the head and go, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2.
That's very funny.
Because even though my hair
I still think it was.
Even though my hair used to be much, much shorter, it somehow made my head look even bigger.
Yeah, like a mini fro.
Yeah, it was just kind of like, boom.
You look like a light bulb.
Yeah, thank you. always having good ideas. And I had a bit of a revelation about 3 or 4, no, maybe even 5 years ago now. And that was to stop using shampoo.
Oh, yes, you've told me this.
So I have not used shampoo in my hair for about 5 years.
Disgusting.
So it's nothing but water, and it has never looked better.
Yeah.
And the weird
thing
is,
horrific.
And the weird thing is, it is
At what cost?
Oily fish.
It's more like mushrooms.
Yeah.
But it is
earthy.
It is earthy. It is luscious. It is glossy, and I love it because I now I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, it's this big mass of like ridiculous hair, and it's a bit
pretty ridiculous.
It's a bit overexcited. It's a bit shaggy. I'm just gonna run my hands through it there, but
I'm
like, I love it. It's like, this is daft. Like I feel very comfortable in myself, and I'm just like, I want to put forward my hair because it breaks razors. It's really powerful.
I'm going to disagree.
And I don't think I'm ever going to go bald.
Out of stubbornness.
You've changed since Japan. There's a real streak of stubbornness.
No, by the way, I went to Japan actually.
Oh,
yeah. That's why I wasn't in the last show.
I thought your hate was going to be something like, don't you hate it when you're hiking up Mount Fuji and your solid gold wristwatch just shatters. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Choking on my own rage.
So
your hair.
Okay.
My hair.
You're actually going with that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No,
okay.
as small as it is, like, and
your own hair.
I mean, the politest way I can put it is that I'm surprised that's what you've said.
Well, you've known me through a variety of hairstyles in my life, Rev. I think that's fair.
I remember
Not
when
all good.
you straightened it for a few
I
weeks.
certainly did.
What, with actual straighteners?
No, just a hard glare.
Like when people get a bowl cut
Yeah.
It looked like John had a box cut.
Oh wow.
It was amazing.
It was like you had the squarest head I've ever seen.
Oh, thank you. It's very kind.
Are there any pictures of that? I want to see that.
Probably
They're
somewhere.
oddly hard to find, but
I'll find them.
There are some photos of me because I grew my hair for a year in my second year of uni, and that was before the current regime where it's just beautiful and strong, and it was greasy and weird. And I was like, I'm going to grow my hair, and it's going to be long and luscious, and we'll look like a rock star.
Yeah.
No, that didn't happen
Mm.
because my hair doesn't go down; it goes out. So I just have the biggest afro you can imagine. It was just weird and odd, and
But you kept going.
I kept going.
I'd say now is the best look you've had, John.
I was very. Thank you. See,
There you
that's
go.
like that's what I mean. It's like it's more.
Yeah,
just,
let's show some love in this love section.
all I'm
shall
saying
we?
is
Probably should, shouldn't we?
I love the fact. I love the fact I have finally learned to love my physical appearance. So
Okay, well,
That's-
we can't disagree with that
Thank
either,
you,
can we?
yeah. I'll take it back. I hate the Japanese.
Thank you, that's all I wanted.
This is an intervention. John, I don't really like Japan. I just want you to admit that you're a racist. Oh no.
Podcast overboard.
Oh no.
Oh,
Please don't put
take
that.
us out.
Okay, well, I've been thinking about this because as always, I've struggled with my love.
You're just a very hateful person.
I
Yeah,
know.
you
As
are.
it happens, we've been doing it a lot tonight, and that is quoting lines of dialogue from The Simpsons.
Oh
Yes.
no.
I love it. I love doing it because I think it's the greatest show ever made. The Simpsons.
it might well be.
I think, yeah, you may be.
I think it's a cornerstone of our 25 years plus of friendship, John. Quoting Simpsons lines back and forth.
You guys do wheel them out with alarming regularity.
Yes, I'm sorry. Like you kind of inherited that.
It's all good though because it's The Simpsons.
You can
I
hold your
know.
own. You
I
can
know.
hold in your
I
own
can
with it.
hold my own.
References,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know them.
No, it's like, are we all in agreement that The Simpsons has diminished in quality?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, I
Absolutely.
don't even watch it. anymore.
Absolutely.
So how about I'm just going to put it out there. No, I'm not even going to be measured about it. I think it's one of the stupidest arguments I've ever heard. Somebody said, actually, The Simpsons is as good as it's ever been. The only reason, if not better, the only reason you are sentimental for like seasons 5 through 9 is because you saw them when you were young.
Not true.
No, because
Not
I
true
didn't
at
see them when
all.
I was young.
Not
Because
true
my
at
parents didn't let me watch it because they thought it was unsuitable.
My parents were quite against it for a while.
Yeah.
Like it was like adult and like
I didn't really watch
dodgy.
until I was about like 16, 17, really. Like maybe even a bit later.
If
No, it
anything,
must have been around that.
I love them more having rewatched them as an adult because of
Yeah.
the lines of dialogue you understand now because you're older.
Yeah.
You notice
Absolutely,
Oh
yeah.
my god, you notice more and more like small things which kind
Even
of tickle you.
rewatching them now, I sometimes pick up on new things. Like there's one I watched, and I just watched that episode so many times, and Mo goes, "Technology. What's technology ever done for us? TV off." And I'd never noticed it before, and I just pissed myself.
It is brilliant.
I think if I think of like collectively the amount of joy The Simpsons has
Yeah.
brought me over the years.
Oh yeah, but even
Yeah.
not even watching the episodes, just talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually, actually, I think you're completely right with this, love, because like it has brought me more joy being something that people who I haven't even talked to like that much before don't necessarily know if I have that much in common with, and I'll find myself quoting Simpsons with them,
Yeah.
and suddenly you've got this even playing field, and it's amazing.
It's become part of like our cultural shorthand.
Yeah.
Like, because I've put like, you know that there's a Home line where it goes, this is a communication problem. Too much communication. It's like I've just put that in an After I Think book. Like I just flat out nicked that. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's like some people will get that.
Yeah,
Like some
yeah.
people will just go, oh, it's a Simpsons reference, or
That's okay, you can get away with it because it's a reference.
and like in quiet moments, it'll just bubble up out of my subconscious.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
a few weeks ago, I found myself thinking about the Planet of the Apes the musical. Stop the Planet of the Apes! I want to get off. It's like,
But quite often we'll just out of the blue. I say I've not spoken to you for a few days. I'll just text you a line from The Simpsons, and that'll be it. And I'm just that's the line. That's all I'll text.
The one that always leaps into my head is, it was the best of times, it was the blurst of times. And I said it out loud again a couple of days ago, and I found I was enjoying it on a new level. Like I was finding it funnier than I ever have.
Oh god.
I just for those golden years, like you
Yeah.
look at the team they had behind it, because you start to like if you watch the old ones now, you start to notice like, oh, who was the producer who
who's
wrote
that?
this
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
And it's like
Tracking it.
It's like Conan O'Brien was involved in a lot of like the early episodes and stuff, and it's just like
Brilliant.
solid gold. They must have been having such a blast.
I think the
working
writers'
on it.
room must have been so much fun.
My favourite episode is the one where they go on the work retreat up the mountain.
Yeah.
That's my favourite episode. Because it's got the thing about forest fires with the bear.
Yeah.
It's got the ranger who's like, right, let's take a moment to humour the children. Kids, your dad's going to be just fine. Okay, everybody put on your corpse handling gloves. And that episode has got so many of my favourite lines in it.
They're just kind of like they're so rapid fire.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, we made it, and we did it with teamwork. Yeah, my teamwork.
Yeah. And I say this in conversation, like, from the mightiest pharaoh to the lowliest peasant, who doesn't enjoy a good sit? I say it all the time.
And actually, like, one of my kind of things is not with that attitude. Which came directly from The Simpsons. It's Homer, you can't solve all your problems by living under the sea. It's not going to happen. Not with that attitude.
Yeah.
It's like I'll finish a day of work and I'll be like, another day of work, another box of stolen pens.
Yeah, no, actually, when you brought that up the other day, that killed me. Like, just
Back seat's just full of boxes of pens. Why? Oh.
So you get the idea, anyway.
yeah, no, I think. Well, look at it. We're smiling.
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah, we ended the
You
episode
ended
happy,
on a super high.
There we go.
which is just as well because the
We hadn't got any others.
Yeah, we were flailing.
there's only one love which has come to us, and it's from Sai again. But Sai would like to say he loves animals that just don't look quite right. So we're not talking.
You're talking about taxidermy.
No. We're not talking about dogs with glass eyes. We're talking about the ones that walk a fine line between outright "aww" and what's that?
Oh, no.
Let me be specific. I'm talking tapirs, capybaras,
Oh, I love a tapir.
llamas, axolotls. I've come to know them as nature's nerds, and it just makes me love them more.
Yeah. I
that's
think it's
good.
part of rooting for the underdog, isn't it?
I think it is. Yeah,
It's probably what it is.
I've got a love for my brother,
Oh,
which is croutons in cuppa soup. How do they manage to stay crispy right to the end of the mug?
Yeah.
Right to the end of your sipping soup?
Are they layered croutons? Because they feel like they're, what's the word? Laminated.
Oh, what? So when
in
the
a
outer
baking
layer
sense.
goes soggy?
Yeah, they sort of put them layers on top of each other. I don't know. That's
I don't know. Maybe
Let's
like,
say
a
yes.
question probably for your brother,
Yeah.
to be honest.
I mean, you can get like double fried chips, can't you? So maybe there's like a double
fried. So you
Yeah.
fry it, cool it, put it back in.
Yeah, they're like super crispy.
Ooh,
They're all right.
I had triple cooked chips earlier this week.
that's just
This
trying
guy.
to one up this.
I
isn't
didn't do them. Someone else
But the
did.
customer's always right.
Did the chap at home base sell your bag of charcoal and said, no,
Yeah.
these are actually
These are triple cooked chips, sir. Very good.
very good for the digestion? Apparently eating charcoal is very good for your stomach.
I'm alright, probably.
Yeah, I
I'll
think-
probably leave it.
You probably have a big black poo.
Yeah.
A big black poo.
You get charcoal tablets, can't you?
You
Yeah.
certainly can.
Yeah, for that purpose.
For that certain coaly twang.
Just in case your excrement isn't weird enough.
That would
I
be
checked. Mine is weird enough.
That would be disconcerting.
Black poo.
Yeah.
And on that note,
We're all just thinking about that. That's going to be the name of the episode.
Black poo.
Black poo. No, it's actually probably going to be something like the Japan extravaganza with Nick, your friend from Japan.
The Japanese people.
Konnichiwa.
yeah. Kenichi say what?
Konnichiwa with a raised inflection.
Yeah.
So I think we've exhausted the hate and love. What do you think won out
Hate.
today?
Yeah, I would say hate if it weren't for that little Simpsons
Well,
flourish.
you see, I've ended. I'm smiling.
Yeah, but isn't it always going to end with a smile? Don't we have to look back and go?
Yeah, I
We
don't
might
know.
be smiling now, but what was our general overall?
I mean, I was fuming about the trains.
You
my,
were
my,
very
my
angry about the
showers
shower.
upset me generally.
Yeah.
I think you've just got to be. I think you've just got to be honest with yourself. I'm feeling happy right now.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm feeling happy, but then I think I feel happy at the end of every time we do a show like this because I love you guys.
Yeah.
that's
Well, I
nice,
usually feel happy when we end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
when it's,
oh, I
when
see.
it's
At the
finally
end
over.
of the show.
Well, look,
We're
I mean,
done.
it's a democracy here. I'm just saying. I'm going with love. You guys are gonna have to.
I feel like this was dominated by hate. This
I feel like you've been blinkered by the Simpsons, John.
you do love the
I've said it before. I'll say it again. Democracy doesn't work. So, well, I think hate has won. Have we agreed on a sign out yet? 5 episodes in.
Here we go.
Hate. Do the hates.
Get on the hate train.
Hate. At 8.
Woo, konnichiwa.
Hey, don't love the love train. Hate the thing, the coach.
Yes.
T-shirt.
I could hate till the people come home from the
From
cows.
the fields and the udders.
Du-du-du-du-du.
Wabba dabba dab dub.